but it's the word ethnos, which means ethnic people group. And that the real focus of the global ministry has to be not only to groups that already have the gospel, but particularly groups that have never heard the gospel. And that became our passion and why, as we started looking for where the Lord wanted us, we discovered that groups, a place particularly in Colombia, in the southern part of Colombia, the Amazon. And we found that no missionary had ever been there. Well, that's where we wanted to go. We wanted to find some place where there had never been a missionary. And there are not many, but this was one of them. And as a result, the only way to do it, we had to become a pilot and a mechanic. And so after graduating from college, I went back to school and studied 2 more years in mechanics and I became an A&P mechanic and I got all my pilot license up through airline transport. And as a result of that, we were able to raise funds for an airplane and carry the plane down to the Amazon and began a ministry penetrating up into the whole big state of Amazonas and right on the border of the Valpes, which was the largest concentration of tribes in all of South America. To this day, almost none of them have ever seen a white man or a missionary or have ever heard the gospel. What a challenge there is. And one of the thrilling things that I get is that I'm working with a graduate of Liberty University where I taught for 17 years. And he's has his pilot's license and has been donated an airplane. And he's working on permissions to get into Colombia to continue reaching up into this area with a plane ministry. And as a Colombian, he can do things that as a foreigner I couldn't do. What a thrill to be a part of this great plan that God is putting together to reach every ethnic people group on the world, on the earth. And love to write about that. And everything I write about is telling you the story of why it's so important to communicate God's word by every means that we have. And what a day in which we live to be able to communicate God's word through the videos and audios and internet. And we just have to learn to take advantage of it. And as you see what a bumbling person like me can do, I almost said idiot, but a bumbling person like me could do, you can do it too. So let me encourage you to think about how God can use you to reach out to other people. My goal in all my writing is to help deepen your commitment to Christ by explaining particularly the commands. Jesus told us to teach all of the commands that he gave us. Very few people teach the commands. We teach theology, but very few people ever focus in on the commands. And that's the heart of God, what he wants. He wants us to learn like as he lived. He shared in John's gospel how that he only did what the Father told him to do. That's amazing. And that's how he wants us to live, that we really follow everything that he says. You say, why did I want to go down to the jungles of South America? One, because Jesus said he wanted the gospel to get to every creature. And if I was able physically and emotionally and maybe not too intellectually, but certainly emotionally, I wanted to do it, that I should try it. And if God opens the door and blessed it and provided and supported, and he got me there. And I mean, it's obvious that he was just leading. And if you can do it, then that's what he wants you to do. Just give your life to his purposes that you discover in the scriptures. And that's why I want to expose the scriptures and let everybody know what it really does say. And that's why we want to write you to help you become committed to Christ by explaining every one of the commands and challenge you and to take them seriously. Nothing delights the Lord more than when we take his word seriously. And then finally, to help you become more effective in your ministry. And I'm not worried about my ministry. I'm more worried about your ministry. I want to help you become effective, to be able to explain the scriptures in a way that's true to what it says and effective in communicating. and how it changes the heart of a person as they grasp the scriptures and explaining the text and helping you become a discipling and equipping ministry, multiplying your ministry and other people's lives. That's the theme of a believer. It's always multiplying yourself through other people.